welcome to the channel. I wanted to talk a little bit about our trip, give more details since I'm gonna do like a slideshow and show you bits and pieces of what happened, or how our trip went. So our first day we went to Disneyland, and then the following day we went to Disney California Adventure. We wanted to have a day in between, but since the forecast showed rain, we decided to just do it back to back. So I actually had already reserved to go, like, to do the split day, like in the days in between. So I had to cancel the reservation and then book it for the previous day. And it was easy, it was simple. I didn't have to, it wasn't any. So the day we went to Disneyland, it ended up actually raining, even though the forecast didn't show rain. I think it showed rain for like towards the evening, but it like was sporadically throughout the day, so it wasn't even, I was like, oh no. But I'm not too much of a fan of doing Disney in the rain. It's just, especially at Disneyland, since like most of the rides are outside, so things shut down and then you can't get on it, and it's kind of disappointing, especially if you're looking forward to ride something specific and then it's raining and then you can't get on it. And especially for us, since we were only doing the parks for 2 days, so we just had to try and do everything within our 2 days. So then for our DCA day, it still was showing forecast for rain. But it's funny, it actually, even though it showed that it was supposed to rain the day we went to California Adventure, it kept getting pushed back. So I think it eventually did rain like towards the evening, but then it let up and stopped raining. We were so glad because we were able to see World of Color, so that was good. Any tips I would have would be just to stay positive, and even if you're traveling with a little one who can't ride everything, like, it's still fun and you get to see their reaction and how they react to characters and the rides. At first, actually, Caleb was not having it. The first ride we decided to ride actually was Pinocchio's. Biggest mistake. He was so scared, he was crying. I was like, oh no. So I was like, oh no. I was thinking like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be like this all day. So then we ended up having to like give him a passy, his pacifier, something like to like soothe him. Like, we're trying to wean him off the pacifier, but for sometimes when he's a little fussy or crabby, or this is more like at night, or he needs a little something to like soothe him to go to sleep, that's when we'll give him the pacifier. So then, you know, he calmed down once he got his passy, and then we decided to get on Small World. And actually, I don't think we gave him the passy. We just got off the ride and then he like calmed down and we put him back in the stroller. And then when we got on Small World, he was still like being fussy, and I was like, why? This ride isn't scary. And I was like trying to soothe him and calm him down. Like, he wasn't like hysterical or anything, but he was like like kind of like whiny crying. So and it wasn't because he was hungry or anything, because we had breakfast before we went to the parks. We actually walked to the parks, which that's an adventure. Since we stayed at the Residence Inn on Garden Grove, the walk is like 25-30 minutes, give or take. So yeah, for us, his passy is what helped us like have a smoother day. Once he started getting used to it, like, he didn't need it anymore. So like meeting characters and stuff, like, he started like warming up to them and stuff. So that was cool. And So I would suggest like anything you think would suit your kid to bring it with you, and or whatever it is that your kid is into. That is one of my suggestions. I know I'm like back and forth on the days, going back and forth from what we did at Disneyland and what we did at DCA, but so we were excited to get on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad. I had gotten it was one of the last days that they were actually still doing the queue, because right now they're not doing the queue anymore. You don't have to like do a reservation or anything like that. But when we went, we still had to deal with that. So I think our queue, I forgot what number it was, but it was pretty high, and it said we probably wouldn't get on until like 5 or 6 o'clock, like the estimated time. So I was like, wow, dang. Like I was hoping to go earlier in the day. And then like, cause the ride kept breaking down, so I was like, it kept getting pushed back and pushed back. I was like, no. But all in all, I think we had a great time, despite the weather being like pretty rainy. So if you're deciding to go in January or February, I think expect it to be rainy. I think it's the rainy season, or when I looked into it, they said that was the rainy season, but it was still like this year. It was way more than usual. It was like above average, like the amount that it had rained. So it kind of like messed up what I wanted to do, like the other things I wanted to do in California. Like I wanted to take my son to the aquarium. I wanted to go to Funko Hollywood. We did end up going to Little Tokyo. So I do also have a little story time of the day we arrived. We arrived on a Sunday, and when we went to pick up our car, there was like a huge line, and that huge line ended up being a 3 to 3.5 hour wait just to get our rental car. So that right there already took some time out of what I wanted to do. So usually the way I like to plan our trips is the day we arrive, I like to go shopping for our trip. I also usually get a room that has like a little kitchenette, so I could like prepare a few meals to save on meals, so we don't have to buy everything outside or like just at the parks. So once we like finally got our car, we went to get something to eat, and then we decided to go check in because it was already, I forgot what time, but it was already kind of late. And also it takes an hour and some change to get to LA to Anaheim. So by the time we ate, and by the time we got to our hotel and started like unpacking and all that, we did not get to go to the stores. Like I usually like to go to Trader Joe's or to Walmart or Target to stock up on snacks and foods and stuff, so I could prep for the meals that I'm gonna do those days. We were also jet lagged from our flight since we were coming from New York, so 3 hours behind for us. It was just a lot, so we actually ended up just going to bed. And we didn't do our shopping until the next day, which was the day we had reservations for Storytellers. So we woke up early, ate breakfast, then hit Trader Joe's, hit Walmart, got our snacks, got our food, went back to Storytellers. And then after Storytellers, we went to downtown Disney, did a little shopping, walked around and so I guess I'll explain the way I like to do our meals. So on our park days, I usually we'll have breakfast at the hotel, usually free breakfast, And then lunch, we'll eat at the park, so we'll eat at Disney, either like snacks or, well, we'll eat snacks and our lunch, either have lunch there, or if we had a packed lunch, we will eat the packed lunch. And then for dinner, we would go back to the hotel. I will make dinner, like something quick, like pasta or tacos or something like that, something quick. Or even like those quick Trader Joe's meals that you just put it in a pan and just cook it up, or put it in the oven and it's done. And on our non-park days, it would pretty much be the same. But I might switch it up since, so because there's not that like back and forth thing, or you want to spend as much time as in the park, so you don't want to leave and go back and forth, right? But when you're doing another activity, like I don't know, going to a museum or an aquarium or something, you have that luxury of going back, like but doing the back and forth depending on the other activity that you're doing. So for us, it was easier for me to just like us to go back to the hotel to either make lunch and make dinner, or if I wasn't feeling it that day, I would vice versa, like make one of the meals at least to save money. So this was the first time my husband and I went to Disneyland with our son. So even though things were different and we couldn't ride certain rides because of his height requirements, we still had a good time and we made the most of it, even with the weather and it being really cold in California. Definitely was expecting nice, warm, sunny weather, but that wasn't the case. And cool, breezy nights, but So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and whatever I shared or maybe helpful for you on your next or upcoming trip, or if you just like to watch and listen about all the Disney magical things. So I hope you like and subscribe, and we shall see you in the next one.
Remain seated throughout the voyage.
Yummy.
Now, let's count
So true. Think I'm fucking up my spills, please, and I help. Yes, I do. She goes say when she won't see anything when you tell her he's sleeping. That's the story of our little women. Of course, you know.
Wow, this is a friendly neighborhood. Welcome to Adventures Campus. Hey, what's going on, guys? Oh, me? Ah, you know, just spider stuff. Okay, time to run some tests.
Spider-Man,
Oh, hey, Sharon.
shall we conduct an altitude test?
Oh, scope out the double spinning intro by the turtle.
Always looking. Always. Good afternoon, humans. Don't forget to turn in your paperwork.
My greatest reward is to have the public appreciate and accept what I've done all these years. That is a great reward.
One man, one dream. 100 years ago, Walt Disney